Welcome to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Hi, I'm Nikki, a passionate special educator, autism advocate, resource creator with over a decade of experience, and you may know me as the face behind Teaching Autism. This podcast is your go-to place for practical tips, hands-on strategies, and inspiring and funny stories to support special educators all around the world, whether it's building independence, creating engaging lessons, or finding that elusive work-life balance. I'm here to help you thrive inside and outside of the classroom. Let's dive into today's episode and make a difference together. Hello, and welcome back to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. It has been a little while, a long while, and I'm going to be completely honest here when I say I had to Google how to set up my microphone again today because it had been so long since I last did this that I was sat for ages trying to work out how to even put it together. But anyway, I am so thrilled to be here with you again. If you're new here, I'm Nikki, the face behind Teaching Autism, where I create and share resources and strategies to help special education teachers thrive in their classrooms and, let's be honest, also keep their sanity intact. For my returning listeners, thank you so much for being patient with me and sticking around. You are probably the reason I'm back here dusting off my microphone and diving into this exciting world of podcasting again. So let me catch you up real quick. The last time I actually shared an episode on this podcast was back in June 2021. Between severe morning sickness, a bit of a difficult pregnancy, a very, very long labour, a newborn, personal life changes that I can't really talk about, a lot of therapy and hard work, I can safely say a lot has changed since that last episode. I now have a very energetic 3-year-old toddler who keeps me on my toes. A sweet but equally energetic dog who insists on being part of every Zoom meeting, along with my already Zoom famous cat, who you may even hear purring in the background of these podcast episodes because I have come to realize you can never truly get silence anymore and a life that is just busier than ever. But you know what? I have never been happier. I'll be honest, when life got hectic, this podcast took a bit of a backseat. Who am I kidding? This podcast was completely thrown out the window. Between becoming a mom, working, growing my business, creating resources for you amazing teachers, and finding that elusive work-life balance, I had to hit pause. And you know what? I am so glad that I did. Taking that time allowed me to focus on the things that matter most: my family, my health, and my own well-being. Now I'm back with a fresh perspective, a renewed passion, and so many ideas for this podcast. For those of you who've listened before, you'll know this podcast is all about empowering special education teachers with tips, tools, and strategies to make your classrooms more engaging, effective, and most importantly, manageable. If you're new here, here's what you can expect: practical advice that you can implement tomorrow, fun and relatable stories because, let's face it, we've all had those teaching days, a space where you can feel supported, inspired, and maybe even make you laugh a little. If you haven't yet, I encourage you to scroll back and check out some of my previous episodes. There are so many great nuggets of wisdom there. Everything from classroom management tips to fun ways to keep your students engaged, and some great guests that I've had. Now, let's talk about the future because I have some really exciting things planned for this year. I'm going to be sharing a ton of episodes on building independence in your students, navigating challenging behaviors, making the most of your classroom resources, finding that work-life balance, and we'll also have some guest speakers, fellow educators, behavior specialists, and even a few surprise guests that you don't want to miss. And of course, I'm going to be sprinkling in some personal stories because who doesn't love a good tale? But this podcast isn't just about me. It's about you. So here's where you come in. If there's a topic that you are dying to hear about, maybe a challenge you're facing, or even just a funny classroom story you want to share, I want to hear from you. You can connect with me over on Instagram at Teaching Autism or drop me a message on my website. Before I wrap up this first introductory episode back, I just want to say how grateful I am for this community. Whether you've been following my journey way back since the early days, or you've only just stumbled upon me in this podcast, you are the reason I do what I do. So here's to a new year, new episodes, plenty of laughter, learning and inspiration. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care of yourself and remember, you're making a bigger difference than you know.